What is up, you guys? Oh man, I am like the happiest person in the world. I think I broke a new record today for the cheapest 5-star SS set ever acquired in the entire game, because I'm pretty sure no one's gotten an SS 5-star set from Todd yet. But it cost me, I think, $300. Um, you can't see them, but the lunar packages, I bought all three of them. There's a glitch, we're going to talk about that. The glitch right now with the lunar packages is if you're reading them and you're confused as what you get for the rewards, the $50 package gives you three 4-star guaranteed 4-star set items. Now it does come from a gold coup, but they're always black capsules, so you get all black capsules from that. I even got this freaking thing from the second one, which does 5 star. The first one does 4 stars. The second one does three 5-star pieces. I got an Eldrika's hand, so that's pretty awesome. Maybe one day I'll even be able to finish a Eldrika set, though I don't particularly like the idea of spending my money for this set. SS 5-star sets are way too hard to get, so if I just sort of get one when there's another set I want, then I'll be fine and happy. But I don't think I'm ever going to make use of this set item, sadly. But we'll see. We'll see in the future. I just right now I'm not really. I kind of wish this was something else, like a Klein piece. If it was one of the Klein in my pants with joy, I'd be so happy. But it's okay because after I bought the package, you probably already know that I have the Klein set, and I got the book with the crystals I got from the package. So it's pretty sexy. It's pretty amazing. Oh, look, and we even didn't fail our first enhancement, but we failed the second one, so that's fine. I really don't care. I'm so happy I got this piece. 20% mana reduction is huge for some characters. It's absolutely huge, especially for the character that I'm planning to put this on, which is Yekaterina. She is easily probably the most broken hero ever made of all time. She is so insanely broken. We're going to get into it in a minute. We're going to be doing some reviews about the different characters, changes, and the different skills and stuff like that, how everything works now. There's a couple heroes that I was kind of psyched out a little bit for, thinking, oh, they're going to be a little bit better now, maybe some playable heroes for once, and it just turned out that that wasn't true. I'm looking at you, Pony. Pony is not a good character now. He's great for PvE ish, but he's not. Anyway, we'll get into it. We'll do some analysis on some of these things. First, I want to play with my new toy. Let's see. Is there anything? Second, I better check to see if there's anything I want to buy with chocolates. Okay, other than daily stuff. Obviously, these sets for me are basically a waste of space. I might buy the sweet chocolate one if, like, on the last day I've got nothing to enhance. But I think I'll use all my chocolates for enhancement right now. Smurf's Arc has everything, which I got absolutely everything on Smurf. For a free-to-play account, it's pretty awesome to be able to have that. So um, I'm pretty psyched about that. But anyway, I'm gonna go back into my sweet pimped out greatest set of all time. Let's get this off. Well, you know what? Oh man, that's a sexy ring, isn't it? Oh man. Um, I guess since I'm using it on dead, maybe I'll just leave it unequipped for now. Um, it's only 10 crystals, but whatever. Jenny, like this patch. I'll talk about this later. But there are certain changes they made that actually just indirectly gave huge buffs to certain characters. A lot of characters got great buffs, and this set is one of them. This set obviously makes Jenny a hell of a lot stronger than like good 80% of the characters in the game. Even though she doesn't have any kind of extra crazy thing, she just does more crit damage. Now, I don't know if, and please correct me if you do know, just post it in the comments down below, if the crit damage Did I make the other ones plus 10? Oh, plus 10's so expensive. Whatever. Well, I'll commit. Well, I guess I should do this one first. Should also re-roll those potentials. They're absolutely terrible. Ugh. I like the HP, so I'll keep that for now. Let's re-roll this and see if we can get something good on this. I'd rather have like orange and pink potentials, and I want defense, HP, and damage taken. On this, I want probably damage to minion would be a nice one, but definitely attack by HP. Ooh, 15.6% defense, that's really good. Because of the nature of this gear set, recover MP every turn also sounds pretty good. But I'm not rolling in potions right now, though I can be getting, 4 a day with the chocolates for another 18 days? Whatever. You know, defense is... You know what? Let's just keep... I don't want to risk not getting another one, but I would rather have attack by HP and attack, obviously. Attack by HP. Is it high enough? The pink ones can be 3.3%. How much is 1.1% of my HP? On the characters I'm going to be using it. Probably not that much. You know what? The heck with this. We'll just drop the defense for now. I want to get a piece with attack and attack by HP, and I want them to be at least orange. 2.3% I think is orange in this, but I forget. Attack and attack by HP and MP. Okay. You know what? I'm going to keep that for now. Just because we have both attack and attack by HP. And MP is always good for characters that are not... Like, Deb doesn't need it, but... I think I'll just store up potions for a few days, and then I'll try to reroll for a higher attack by HP potential on that. Now I'm kind of kicking myself I didn't keep the 2.2. And the 16 MP is actually cool, but I don't need it right now. Alright, so where do I put my pimped out ring then? Oh man, this is hard. I have all this great like regular gear, and I have like nowhere to put it now. This is just, do I need the mastery on Serenity? She's got only one other pendant, so I think that she needs it to have the 100% mastery. Though I could go up to 70% crit rate. The hit rate's a wash. This does damage to boss, which is nice. Crit rate by defense. Alright, well let's just take a look at my attack and see. 27, 780. Oh wow. It's 2000 attack for 5% crit. You know, I'm gonna, and 9 mastery. I'm gonna keep the necklace. Well shit, I got this freaking awesome ring. I have no idea where to put it now. Oh, that is such a great necklace. I don't know how I'm going to part with some of this gear when I have like a God of Massacre set. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Look at this pimped out piece of shit right here. I got 20% crit damage on this thing. I'd rather have damage obviously than hit rate, but I'm not complaining that I have hit rate. Like, I got attack, which 8% attack, that's pink 4-star potential. 10% is a pink 5-star potential. So I'm down 2% on attack. Almost perfect crit rate. I think perfect crit rate is like 16.7%. I don't remember exactly off the top of my head what it is for 5-star. But critical damage obviously maxed out at 20%. So we have 28% out of the total 43. What's damage pink? Yeah, 13.3 plus 10 is 23, and 20 is 43. So just with the crit damage and the... oh, look at this one. It's like dead nuts right on 40. But with this piece, I have 28%, but I also have 15.6% crit rate, which kind of balances out at a stage where you don't have max crit items. Like, let's look at my Deb, for example, right now. She's not wearing anything amazing other than that set. Everything else is just, well, I don't want to take all this stuff off and pay the crystals for it. But they're not really sets that make her game breaking. But I'm just still using her for PvE right now. But, damn, she is so strong. So strong. So strong, so strong, so strong, so strong. Uh, that set's basically made her as strong as my Lee. Unfortunately, she's not anywhere near Lee, even with the set, if you're wondering, because obviously she doesn't have a 3000 armor ignore, and her Lee's skill got buffed to 216% damage, and from 2800 armor ignore to 30 something, 34, 35, I don't know, let's take a look. 3570, so Lee's totally a monster. I think I'll max out his second skill today because it's on event. And yeah, then our Lee will be almost complete. I'll even max out the first skill today just because we can reset all day. But I am so happy to get this set. Obviously, it's going to be going on to Wrecked Arena. Get Wrecked Arena. She is going to be so broken in like a month or so. If you've been saving up perfect genes, then man, I hate you right now. Studmaster has his Yekaterina is got maxed first. Sorry, maxed third skill. He's got him maxed, and he's got a few levels in the other ones. Now, I don't know exactly which one's going to be more amazing, to be honest. If you're wondering, I believe it's 35,000 additional damage. But you do need to have 4 charges for that. Now, the disarm rate, 45 plus 35%, 80% disarm rate, which means she's got the highest rate of disarm in the game. Her sleep skill on her second skill, though, is the one that I'm super interested in, PvP-wise. The only thing that kind of makes it not as amazing is Kai could just go kill them, and I would think she would be better in a third slot also. She is an amazing hero. Like, first off, let's just state she's got 4 movement. Perfect. Perfect. For sets, what we would give her, obviously, we would give her the Born Assassin set for slot 1. For slot 2 and slot 3, it's obviously Beast Rain Dasso set for sure. Like, there's no question about that. 4th set, probably Pathfinder, to give her some extra beef. Let's go take a look at her base stats for a moment. Oh, also her costume looks like shit, and her actual like her pay for money costume looks like shit, and her actual costume looks pretty cool. Her HP's on the low side, her attack is on the mediocre side without having any kind of crazy extra damage breaking things, but she's clearly more of a what's the word? More of a team player. She can debilitate the whole team for a turn, for 2 turns with sleep. If you see a team that's built around Yekaterina, then she could literally build the rest of the team with like single target damage dealers. So you'll see like Yekaterina and teams with Dominique and Lee and stuff like that, and they'll just be wrecking everything because they'll have all the time in the world to stack up their buffs, do things like that. 2 turns to get to whoever. It hits a huge wide area, and her sleep rate is 100%. It's 100% at max level. That is broken. The only way to break sleep is with Omni set currently. I believe getting attacked also wakes you from sleep, but not a good thing if you're just gonna die. Now, Yekaterina, when she uses her skills, when she kills an enemy and when the turn starts, she has a chance to generate charges. Now, this is her fallback for being so broken. She generates these charges. Her passive is definitely going to be the skill you get first. It looks like, because, well, maybe not first. I'm thinking I might just not even use her until I can max everything all at once, because this skill is so strong. It is so strong. It just blows my mind how strong it is, especially when there's just from a PvE side of things. Just look at this. Look at this hitbox. It's Chenny in both directions. It's so good. Uh, Now the mana cost is going to be obviously really high. It looks like the mana cost is going to be a little bit lower than Jenny's. I think I saw on Studmasters it was like 161. So 20% less from the Klein set. That's what the third set effect is. 20% less mana cost would be 32 mana for her. So another 32 mana less basically means that her skill is like basically on par with almost any other main hero's third skill. This is the same thing for Jenny too, by the way. Massive buff with the inclusion of that set and their big group of amazing set items, and it's gonna be awesome. It is gonna be so awesome. Anyway, I'm kind of sidetracking here. Let's talk about Yekaterina. 80, what did I say, 80%? 35, yeah, 80% chance of disarm on all enemies in range for one turn. If four more charges, that's with two charges. Just with two charges. Now, four charges, it inflicts an additional, like I said, at max level, like 35,000 damage or something like that. Which is a little bit game breaking, of course, especially in a lot of, let's see, there's a lot of levels where a flat amount of damage might just be kind of really, 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 really broken. Not fair at all in some way, shape, or form. And that's a lot of damage. Like, if you're thinking from PvP wise, an extra, let's say you have Jack, who does 20% total HP. If I have 20% total HP of 100,000 health, that's 20k. This skill does almost double that in terms of a flat amount. Now, if we get like 6-star, 7-star, then obviously the game scales with Jack. People walking around with 300,000 HP characters, the game's going to definitely scale more in Jack's favor. But right now, Rectorina, she does a broken amount of fixed damage. She will need the 4 charge for that though, so there is like a little bit of stipulation. But if you want to think about where she's going to kill your whole team, we got 3 BOH maps, and one of them's the ice map. You want to tell me in 2 turns there's no way she's going to be able to get her 4 charges? The way her charges works, it's there's the beginning of each turn, using skills, or killing an enemy, and it starts at 35%. But it goes up to 80%. The only thing that she needs is a support skill. If they would change this skill to be something like a heal or something like that, it also has another 10% HP less. Like in PvE, she is going to just wreck house. Now my PvP team, I don't think I will have room for her. Sadly, very, very, very sadly. I might even consider using my Klein set on Jenny with some testing. Which, by the way, I'm pretty sure that I am the first player to have a full Klein set on the global server. So this is exciting times. Let's modify this instead. I don't like the 6% HP. Nope. Come on, give me 10% HP. You know you want to. Shit. I want that damage taking potential. But not as much as I want HP, and I'm impatient, so let's get rid of it and hope we just get another one. Come on, 10% HP. You know what? Defense and damage taken. Whatever. If we can't, we can have defense if we can't have health. That's fine. What is my defense? My defense is shit low. Holy bad. Holy bad, bad, bad. It's probably because I have all these crappy dodge items. Alright, anyway, I'm only using Deb for PvE right now. She's not going to be joining my main PvP team, because that's reserved for badasses like this. Oh man, 200 hit rate. So sad. Let's go for crit damage. Come on, give it to me. That's not quite it. Anyway, what else? Is there anything else I can do for fun while we're here? Who's got some shitty stuff? I don't know. I don't know if I have like really bad stuff anywhere. I'll switch that around. Four stars dodge and damage taken percent for the unique ones. I got like no dodge on my Chenny. Other than the passive bonus from the 2-turn ghost step. Crit rate by defense is nice though. Not nice enough to save, but... Man, if I get... Oh wait, there's damage taken and dodge. Alright, that's good. And the dot... You know what? Having at least one recover as much HP as dot taken is awesome. Okay, what else do we got? Is this bad? You know what? 2.1%. I should have probably rerolled that. 2.7 is the max. It's pretty low. It's too late now, but still. You know what? We'll go for it. Come on, crit rate. Well then. You know what? Recording actually doesn't make things better for you. It's a lie. You know what? I'll keep that there. It's probably better to have damage to boss for a character I don't use in PvP. I'm thinking about making a Jenny with all of my Lee's gear, except for the attack character only ones. This is my Lee right now. He's lost a lot of crit rate. Still got all crit rate potentials, but switching things around. One thing, I went with this for a few extra points of crit damage over some crit rate, or I need to give the crit rate ring to somebody else. Attack by HP, crit rate, crit damage, yeah. So I can swap this back. But that doesn't really give him that much. It's a couple percent. You know, 3%, so that's huge actually. I shouldn't be saying that. And over here, of course, my 5-star took a huge hit when I went necklace sword. Now the only reason I'm using the sword is because it's got the only pink critical damage potential that I have. It also has attack and damage on it, and they're both orange. It's a pretty hard freaking piece to make. So if I could modify this bow, it's got attack damage and critical damage. Now, the only reason... I did roll a critical damage, which is cool. I don't quite remember my crit rate. I do remember, though, that my crit damage is taking an 8% hit here. And I'm only gaining 2% in flat damage. Less than 2% in flat damage. So I will do significantly less with this bow. It's just, is the trade-off worth another 8% crit rate? Might be, but I'm also sacrificing a lot of hit rate with this too, which is the other downside. The sword comes with the hit rate, and the hit rate is actually something I'm kind of missing right now. But I'm thinking it actually would be better for me just to roll a crit rate potential on this sword. Would be the best. That's it. This bow needs crit damage so badly. and everything else is basically as tapped out as it can be. There's really nowhere else I can go. I can get a higher crit rate potential on my ring, maybe. Oh, look at that. That's a beauty piece. Get some, a little, maybe another 2% attack off this. Let's go for it. It's just 1-star stuff. Get 2 tries to get attack percentage. Oh my god, why does it work on the 1-star item? Frick. Whatever. Like, I'm complaining about getting an amazing piece here. Let's see what that did. So it didn't actually do much for me. It didn't even make up. That should. Maybe I have to equip something and re-equip it. Sometimes the game's touchy like that. No, still 38,034. So with the necklace, actually, I had a better 1.2. Is it 1.3 on the necklace? Yeah, let's take a look at this. No. 88%. 85. Well, it's not like it's a huge increase in attack, but the crit damage is lower. So, I think the ring actually is better overall. But, whatever. We'll figure it out someday when everything's amazing. I'd much rather have this piece on there. Wait, is that perfect? Attack damage, crit damage, nope. Maybe I can re-roll this. Just keep all the orange ones. Crit rate by defense, attack by HP, crit damage, and then crit rate's in green. Just roll it twice and hope I get a higher crit rate. Seems really stupid of me to do, though. Anyway, it doesn't matter because we have the dream, which, if you were not aware, the dream is just having the Klein set because it's so OP. Let's get back to enhancing this shit and get into some more character reviews. Come on, work for me. Just wanted you to be plus 10. I don't know if this chocolate stuff actually does what it says, or if it's just a way for them to use your chocolates. Oh, it worked! Hooray. Well, that's not bad, actually. It must be increasing it by a lot, because I've spent, like, millions. Let's just get them from plus 7 to plus 8. Oh my god, second try. Oh, the chocolates work. The chocolates work. Official. Official video. Proof right now. Oh man, let's see what the chat's going at. Chocolate enhance works. Alright. I love when people ask things like which slot is charm immunity again. If you are not familiar with the UI, then you should really get on top of that crap. Alright. I think I'm actually going to try and max out the rest of this stuff with the chocolates. Because it looks like they actually do something. Maybe Klein set's just really OP. Yeah, I guess Klein set's just really OP. Gold Tiger set's not an agreement. I guess we'll go down to 3.5 or whenever we're out of chocolate. Alright, well, I immediately take back what I said about the chocolates helping the enhance rates. Clearly, that was a lie. The cake is a lie, and so are the chocolates. Last one? Nothing. Well, you know what? Sometimes in life, Chenny just doesn't get to get any stronger. It's just one of the things that I've learned in my many years of playing this for a month or two. Or 3. But frick, badass set. Oh my god, this set is so good. 20% skill MP cost? My frick. Let's see. 120, so 24 less. So this costs 96 MP to spam this. So I could probably shoot it like 11 times with my regen. Alright. Okay, let's talk about heroes. Alright, so changes in heroes. Kai. Is Kai still good? Yes, he's still fucking good. This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Kai's skill ignores 4,200 armor. It hits a wide area around him, and that is still a huge amount of armor. Now, will you be able to one-shot every tank in the game with this? Have not tried it yet, but if it's any indication from Lee, I should probably still be able to. Because currently, Psychokinetic Lee can, in fact, one-shot every tank in the game with a critical hit. And I still got lots of room to improve Lee. I got all kinds of room to improve Lee. Get a God of Massacre set on Lee, and he won't even need criticals. He'll just kill everything in one shot. A good 99% of tanks in the game are taking it up the ass from my Lee right now. I do, I think 100... I do 11 or 12k ticks on 55-ish% defense tanks. So what that's going to mean for PvP going into the future is the mastery in Lord skills is going to be split 2 ways. People are going to have to invest in the armor above their specializations. So if you take away your specialization, you know, a 7% defense, like that's a lot, or a 7% attack. The attack ones generally give you a better return. Let's take this, for example. This attack potential gives me 9% attack. So let's just say I have 20,000 attack. Now I have another 9%, right? So, sorry, the yawns. So I have another 1,800 attack. That 1,800 attack goes into my skill modifiers, and it gets affected by absolutely every modifier in the game, including defense. Now this gives you 4.5% flat defense. So whatever say you have 48% defense, with this potential now you have 52.5. That's just how it works. It's calculated separately from all your other stats. Just gives you a lot of defense. Now, this would be an overpowered as shit mastery if it was as good as the attack one and it gave you 9%. Nobody in their right mind would go for the attack. Everybody would go for the defense. But right now, things are at a point where you might just get one shot without this. If you don't have this, then it's going to be very hard for you to break the high 60s. Or even get 60% defense at all. It's pretty hard to hit 60% defense. A lot of top players, their tanks are in the 60 to 65% defense range, and I'm sure a few of them are using the defense mastery to break that 60% that 60% ceiling. But if they would bring things back, I would drop my crit rate for this defense mastery in a second. These 3 masteries are probably the hardest ones to choose from in the entire game. They're all very, very strong. Now, I personally think that 15% HP blows them both away, and I also think that having 9% attack and then that going into my skill modifier. So it's like everything. Let's just take your normal occasion. All right, so I'm attacking. Like I said, 20,000 attack. I'm using Chenny's skill because it's the easiest one. It's 199%, so we're going to round that to 200%. So I'm doing a bunch more. Oh man, what did I say? 21.8. Anyway, for how it affects everything, this is how you have to look at it. The defense mastery applies to everything. The attack mastery applies to all of your modifiers. So, do you gain more attack to overcome 4.5% reduction? Is all you really have to think about. Now, that's obviously not going to work. The higher number general in the multiplication just always wins in terms of how it affects it. 4.5% of the total is not going to be 9% of attack through all the modifiers. It's just not going to. It's not going to be that high. Now, what's significant about it is it's 4.5% more from a place where it's very, 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 very hard to get anymore. And without it, you might just be on the limit of how much you can take from how strong a hero can be made. Now, is there a way to break through that even with the defense mechanism gone? Well, yeah, of course there is. There's always going to be a way. If somebody did that and I was having trouble one-shotting them, then I would just go into my Lord Masteries. Sorry, I'm having fat fingers here. They're double attack. I would go and I would reset my Rock Masteries and put them all into Scissor. So now I'm getting another 6% extra damage on top of that. I do a split. Oh, man, it's all the double taps. I do a split because I have both Rock and Scissor characters that I'm using. I think that anybody that is playing seriously should limit themselves to a multi-type of 2. Unless they want to specialize. I might make a full specialized Scissor team with Deb right now. Just go all Scissor. We'll go, how will I do this? I think we'll put Chenny in slot 3 and we'll just forget about her passive. We'll put Deb in slot 2 and Lee in slot 1. I think that's or you know what? We'll put Chenny in slot 2. Obviously, our tank's going to be. I think I can make an all Scissor team. It would be badass. It would suck against an all Rock team, but whatever. Maybe I would only get 3 Scissors and then I would use Serendi also because Serendi's so good. She just doesn't need to have any damage. She can just be amazing by herself. Anyway, I'll work on it. We'll make the dream for the full Scissor team. But Lee here and his equipment. As you can see, I only have 2 pieces of a Dasso set on. I would gladly trade the 1,000 attack here for another Beast Drain, and I will once it comes out. Now, with the other Beast Drain on here, I am going to shit down the throat of every tank in the game. It doesn't matter if they have the new 4-star set, or if they have an Eldrika set and a Pathfinder, or an Eldrika set and the new 4-star armor set. It's not going to matter because I'm doing 60% more attack now. And my god, if the God of Massacre set ever comes out, Lee will actually just be so far above anything that there's nothing that's going to be able to stand up to him. He's got one problem with it so far, and that problem is that I haven't gotten good mana potentials on my gear. The 8 MP every turn is way better than having a flat amount of MP, for sure. But I need another 20 MP, and I do not want to sacrifice some crit rate for it. But at the same time, where do I go? Where do I get it? Maybe I can get it from here. Crit rate by defense, dodge by defense, counter by... Yeah, let's do this one. Even though I just said I'm going to be using a Beast Train. Crit rate by pink defense. Oh, frick. Hit rate by crit rates. Oh, god damn it. Alright, that's too good to get rid of now. So, well, whatever. I still need some mana. But now I'm up to 89%. That's good. Alright, I think a 90% crit rate would be more ideal, because I don't want to have ever a time where I don't... Well, let's do it like this. I don't think that there's any tank tank in the game that could one-shot my Lee. I just don't think that there's a tank that can do that much damage in a single turn. It's very unlikely. A Jack, there might be a few Jacks that could stomp my Lee, which is the scary part because he is the most used one. But a lot of Jacks with that kind of investment don't have very good hit rate. So like I'm good on defense, I'm good on dodge, I'm good on hit rate, I'm great on crit rate. The only thing that I might need to change is if Aaron's son comes back to play with his all crazy everybody gets a go step set team, I might need to drop this ring for a full Dasso set. Which I don't know who I'll take it off of. Probably Serendy. It's a nice piece. Or maybe I'll take that one. I don't care about the single points in attack, but a pink crit rate potential would be nice. What's nice about the one that Kai has, it's also got the crit rate by defense. Again, not a huge one, but still something. But I'm going to be taking a huge crit rate drop because this is another this is 3%. So do I want to trade the hit for the crit? Now I think the 3% crit rate increase from this might balance out, but I'm definitely going to need a pink crit rate. Anyway, I'll figure it out later. I have to do maths. Sometimes I hate maths. But I got some pretty bullshit stuff. If I put a beast rain, now ideally I get to keep my bow. This bow is pimped out. But ideally I get another core and another what's this one called? Oh, this is the core. What's this? The armor. Another armor and another core. That's my goal. If everything goes perfectly, I just get one core and one armor. Then I drop those two pieces. I don't need one for Serendy. I think it would be better to have two pieces of on it for Serendy, but Serendy is so PvE and PvP perfect for everything all the time that I really like the Pink Ranger set on her. I'm not a big fan of the Pink Ranger set, but I have a couple of them, I think. I think I got another one on Nirvana. Oh no, I put it on Jenny. But like they're good sets. Like they're really good sets. Whew. What's that? Wait a minute. What do I have on Serendy? That one looks better. Yeah, whatever. It's not worth changing it over. 20 crystals? No. Anyway, a lot of ranting here. So good heroes, still good. Now, did any bad heroes become amazing? Well, first off, Jack lost a huge amount of his sustain. So he's got hammered to the ground here. It went from, what, like 56% down to 19%? So that makes Jack a sad panda. He's a wolf and a sad panda. Right when I almost maxed him and everything. That just means that you're going to two-shot Jack. Not a big problem. I think it's okay because his percentage his skill gives him probably the most consistent damage. Now, I think that in PvP that actually kind of makes Bearman a little bit better, seeing as how Jack can't be the super sustain. Though I do happen to have built my Jack. I haven't reworked his potentials yet, but this is the S class Jack. Because I just had a bunch of S class sets lying around. There are ones that I kind of would rather have if I was trying to make the most decked out Jack of all time. Though I would not be using an Eldrika's Trinity set at all. I've built this in a way that I think suits me best because I don't think there's enough times that I would need an Eldrika's Trinity set. Though now I have an Eldrika's piece, so I don't know. I'll probably put it on Bearman anyway, just to make my Bearman insane. If I do get an Eldrika's set, because Bearman was able to be Complete. Like, look at this. Jack, 80,000 HP, right? All set items. Now, like I said, I haven't reworked these potentials to be amazing yet. This one doesn't even have HP on it. Come on. I'll keep that, though. Good. Good enough. Okay. Let's keep the damage taken. Flat defense, percent defense. That would be nice if it wasn't so expensive to keep them. If it only costs one potion extra, then I would think this game would be a lot more fair with the potions. There we go. I'll take. That's only green, but it's fine. HP is HP. What else we got on here? Shit. Man, this is going to be the worst HP potential good character of all time. I don't want to drop that. Like, that's a good piece. Like, how much more HP can I get? Almost double? More than double? I could more than double that, though, with a pink one. We're on 3-star, so perfect is 6%. Do I have one? Anybody got the 6% going? That's sexy. But I'm pretty sure it's 6%. Okay, what do we got over here? Show me like a good HP potential for once, bro. There we go. See, we got a green damage taken. I think I'll just keep that the way it is. What's your defense, man? What is your defense? Not very high. I've got like one of the weakest jacks of all time. I might as well get all defense. If it ever comes up. You know what? When you're looking for crit rate, it just, like, you get defense 100 times. When you're looking for defense, you get crit rate like 7 times. I swear to God. Is that better than my other one? Whatever. No, it's the exact same. Guess I'd still rather modify this one. I hope I get stun immunity. Come on. Come on. Man, you save up like thousands of crystals. It turns out it's just doesn't give you better chances at all. You just waste more. I'm not even looking for immunity. I'm just trying to get one time anything that says defense. I'll take a gray one. I don't even care. Can't do it. Okay, this is the last one. Ooh. Fuck. Whatever. You know what? It's pink. We'll just take it so we have a higher battle score. Man, I was excited there when I actually saw the pink. Whatever. Fine. You can just be shitty defense Jack. Okay. Do I have defense percentage on this? No, I do not. What's 1 star is 2% HP. It's not worth trying to get another one. Let's just see if we can get defense percentage on this. Oh, that worked well. Okay, what's Bearman's set piece look like? Defense, HP, damage taken, and dodge. Wow, you know what? Maybe I'll just give Bearman Bearman and Jack the same set instead of wasting all my potions. Currently I'm using Bearman though. That's good for defense at least. Oh man, I would definitely want that one. This one's got the pink HP. You know what, we'll modify this one more time. Green damage taken isn't worth having no defense potential on it. Well, we got better damage taken, I guess that's something. We'll roll again tomorrow. They see me rolling. I got shit on this. I got shit on all these, don't I? Okay, that's the problem. This is okay, but I'd rather have defense on this. Do I have defense on any of these? Oh man, I can kill Nepenthes like a pro. You know what? I'm just going to get rid. This is a waste of space. That is not ever going to be used. And neither is this. I like the aggro and stuff on it, but the 4-star set's way better. Why would I want to... But no, I'll just keep it, I guess. It's... Oh shit, totally keeping that. If I ever want to raise... There's certain items that I'm keeping just in case they ever make some kind of item fusion. Where you can combine potentials with other gear. And I got some really good stuff. Why am I not equipping this? Oh boy. Oh wait, there's a sword that I got. Pink sword. I can use that for some potentials. Damage, attack, whatever. God damn it. But yeah, say they ever make an item fusion thing where you can take a piece and another piece, fuse them together, keep one piece, but then take the potentials from another one, or like combine them and choose which potentials you want. That would be awesome, man. We could actually start refining our gear, making everything perfect. Oh, I'd be so psyched about that. All right. Do I want to enhance this before I make it pink? Probably not. Just the weapon we'll try. I know, we don't even have any chocolate to make this real. How the hell with this? You know what? The hell with Jack. I'm so sidetracked here. Anyway, Jack is still good, but again, his percentage HP makes him more of a damage dealer than a tank. Now, he's a defensive type character, so there are things that you can do to make him more defensive. I do feel, though, that aggro is definitely a lot more useful playing wise. If you're the one that's playing, then I think that it's better to have the aggro. Now, I do have 2 aggro sets on Jack, but I have those same aggro sets on Bearman. And my Bearman gets attacked 100% of the time. He doesn't need to use his 3rd skill. He just gets attacked. People come from lanes away just to attack Bearman because they can. And I'm quite happy with that, to be completely honest. He's pretty broken. Oh, man. I think I sent something out to Tezen by accident. It's not back yet. Ashen Giger's... Alright, no it is. It is back. Alright. Oh. Frig. All the achievements in this game are like, play way too much. Sacrifice your firstborn child. Anyway, Jack is still good. It's just he's not Infinity Sustain. That's the only thing. Infinity Sustain was better because you could make Jacks with Gold Tiger sets that just ate things alive. If you were lucky enough to have them left alive. But he's still good. Characters like Moo and Serendi and Bearman, no changes with these characters. They're already still pretty solid. They all do very good things. Now, people thought that the armor ignore working differently was going to cripple characters. It did not do any such thing. There's still tons and tons of potential in all the characters in the game. Like Nexon said in their post, they're not trying to ruin characters or make other characters OP. They just want it to make the game in a way where they can make the choices for characters more diverse, and that every character can be viable. So there obviously wasn't a huge change with this. Like the characters that we have that are have always been good. None of them got nerfed into the ground, so you can rest assured that all choices are still good choices. The only thing is, maybe Jack isn't as perfect as it used to be. He might need to have a healer from now on. Other than that, he's the only character that actually got nerfed. What was really interesting was that Lee got buffed. That was the most kind of insane thing in the world. Though I did agree completely that his defense ignore should have been higher, and his attack percentage was too low at 196. I thought originally, right when I saw the max for his skills, I thought this is nice and good and high and everything, but it's not as high as it should be. It should have been higher for sure. But it's whatever. It's higher now, so it's good. For a character that you've built to be the strongest character in the game, for Dominique to do more damage is kind of weird. And Dominique, if you don't know, it's for her versus Lee. I'd have to sit down and do the math for their maximum potential. But Dominique is probably going to win that by a landslide now. She is the strongest single damage hero in the game. This skill goes up to like 250% or something like that, and it ignores over 5,000 defense. Now, in the patch notes, it said it was a defense debuff. It's not. It is actually a straight up ignore, which is what we like. We like to have no strings attached and for everything to work all the time. Now it's a 1-to-1 melee thing. She's a 5 movement hero, so she should be fine with a ghost step set, but it is going to be easier to lock her off, and she'll have to rely on her second skill, which is not as amazing as her third. So she's going to be a lot easier to play around, whereas Lee has got 5 range. So there's no cure to 5 range. What Dom's weaknesses are going to be are the same old. Dodge is bad. She will get one shot. She's not a tank. She's an attack type character. She will be able to have the hardest hit in the game, but she won't be able to do it from very far away. So she's going to have to be right up in your face. Now, the problem with that is, especially when you're in auto, because somebody else is attacking you, well, big problem right there. They're going to hit you first because you're the melee character and they're the range character. That's just how it's going to work 9 times out of 10. If you're not in control, and then I am, I'm just going to crush you. It's just the way that it's going to work. Sorry to hear. Sorry. It's very but she's a great hero. Like, the buff makes her viable. I still don't want to consider her tier 1 quite yet. But I'm going to put her in maybe right now. She's a good hero. She's obviously very strong. In terms of single hit damage, she's definitely going to be the winner for the best damage in the game. Maybe. I still have to figure out a few things. Apparently, skills like this are being thought of as their own modifiers. So if this is an extra modifier and it doesn't just add to the regular critical damage, so you have crit damage, and then this is its own modifier. So because it adds an extra modifier, it's way more than if it was just added on to the last one, because it basically gets to use everything that's been multiplied an extra time. Like that's when what makes this game's damage so out of control is all the modifiers are percent based increases, and on percent based increase, it's like, let's say everything was flat amounts. Oh, get an extra this much attack for this, or this much of that attack of this. Uh, then you would always have the consistent things, and all the numbers would be very straight and linear all the time, and you'd be able to predict everything and count it off in your head and do all that normally. With the percent modifiers, it's like, okay, well, this times 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 this forever. Now, take 10,000 and multiply it by 1 point. Let's say regular crit is 1.13. So you take your 1.13, you do 1,000 damage at a crit of 1.13, right? Sorry, 1.3. So now you do 1,300 damage. Now you multiply that. I think his maximum is, what is it, 24, 26? What are you going up by? I got 7 more levels of this, too. So it goes up 14 more, so 26%. So then the 1,300 gets multiplied by 1.26 again. So that gives you 1,638. Now let's just say the 26 was added on to the 30 in an original calculation. That would be 1,560, if I'm not retarded. Yeah, that would be 1,560. You do the 1,000 by the 1.56. Now that's a difference of 78 on 1,000 attack. All right. So what's that divided by 1638? It's less than a 1% difference. Or how do I do this? Did I do this wrong? 1% would be 100. Yeah, okay. It's less than a 1% difference right now, because this is the only thing that we've done. But we haven't incorporated all the other modifiers into it all at the same time. So imagine this. Now the crit damage max is 198%. Multiplied by 1.98. Then this multiplier of another 1.26. And you're on a terrain advantage, which was oh shit, it spikes. Thornbush is like the worst. Anyway, whatever. Frill's OP. Who I don't forget who I was talking about. Dominique. Yeah, Dominique doesn't have any extra modifiers, which are not as good as having ignores. Extra modifiers are always going to be the strongest thing to do in the game, which is why it's so awesome to have a Glacier terrain advantage for PvP. Glacier and Plains, those are the top two. Glacier over Plains, because Plains are not going to be able to be made use of as much as Glacier can. All right. Anyway, let me keep going here, because I get on a thought and I just go running off like crazy. Any area attack hero just got a massive buff because of the Klein set. But that's a set. It's a really, 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 probably the most broken set in the game is the Klein set. We have this monstrous Deb now. She is monstrous, and that is purely based off this set, because all the other stuff I have on her is absolute garbage by comparison. I have my extra junk that I don't want to like throw away on Deb. She is not built properly at all, and even so, just with that one set, she's basically as strong as every other person on my team. It's pretty insane. 35,000 attack, area attack type hero. Like I said, I will try out a Jenny build with the Klein set. It's probably the only thing that can really bring her back in, because she doesn't have any other broken crap, but she does have her passive, which gives her an extra modifier, and it's a 50% modifier, which is pretty huge. So Jenny's potential damage is really, 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 really high. It's just she has nothing to mitigate armor and percentages, and her damage scaling cannot scale so much in terms of relation to her damage to the opponent's HP when huge percentages are being taken off of it. So she still might not be that great. She might be a lot worse, actually, than a lot of newer heroes that are getting all this sweet defense ignore stuff. But, oh, also, I'm pretty sure that this set doesn't work for her. Let me see. It says from active skills. So I think you have to use a skill to buff her. I don't think you can activate this set with just regular whatever. But I'll entertain the thought of her going in slot. Do I want her as a slot 1 or a slot 2? I forget. Whatever. Anyway, like I said, I sidetrack so easily, it's pretty hard to stay focused. But she's become a lot more playable with the introduction of that set. If you can get one, she's definitely a tier 1 hero. Because her damage output is way higher than Deb's. Now, you are going to need the full set for Jenny if you want to be practical with her, because now her third skill will be costing 20% less, which is 30 mana, or sorry, 35 mana. It'll be 35 mana less from that amount. So that's huge. Now she's got a 140 cast skill. You'll definitely be able to get 2 shots off and clear anything, even without having crazy investments. I don't have good stuff on her at all. Sorry, I take that back. I got a couple of good things on her. But you definitely are going to want to build her all crit rate potential. She's not going to need stun immunity or charm immunity because she's just going to get killed if she gets hit by anything. It's another one of the downsides. It hasn't really solved some of the other problems that she has. Now, what's going to be amazing when we actually get a character like Klein is he's going to be able to post damage just like Jenny because of the just monstrous difference in his stats. But he'll also be able to take hits. And when he's able to take hits, it means he's also going to be able to activate his passive, which is probably the only good character with that passive. But I wouldn't be surprised to see if they're getting rid of that passive altogether for some different kind of skill when he does come out. 30% or lower HP. You're going to have 108,000 or more attack Kleins. HP Kleins. I think my Klein's probably going to have 110 to 115,000 HP. And I probably am going to drop Kai for Klein when Klein comes out. Just because why not? The guy's a beast. Not because Kai is bad, just because I'm getting bored of using Kai forever. He's so good, but I think Kai's time has come. It's time for Klein. Oh man. Plus, I know that if I just put all the stuff here, minus the gold tiger set, which is going to be, oh man, that's going to be all SSs across the board for Klein. That's going to be sexy. I'm going to have to get myself an SS 1-star set. Is there any SS 1-star set that's OP? I guess the new crit damage is an SS set, isn't it? I guess this is the one I'm going to have to go for. I'd probably rather have a Born Assassin, though. Whatever, we'll see whenever we get there in the never ever going to happen yet to come. Okay, let's talk about some of the more unplayed heroes that have gotten kind of major changes. The first one I want to talk about is Pony. You know what? We'll go to Frul because he's in the list first. Alright, Frul. Now he ignores armor. Now what's nice is he doesn't have to ignore armor versus paper. When you compare him to Rage, Rage only ignores versus Scissors, so he has to have the type advantage to get the ignore. Frul ignores all the time. His armor ignore, let's see, 18 going up 100 per level. I got another 6 levels. So that sucks, actually. It's only 2400 armor ignore. Still better than Chenny. That's for sure. Let's see, 6 more levels at 6% per level. That's not as good as Chenny. $193% ish. 0.2, 5.8 per level. Anyway, let's just say it's like 190%. He's got 190% skill. So that's on the downside. The extra 9% from the skill is probably more than the armor ignore difference is going to take away. So Chenny's probably going to be able to hit harder than Frul in that respect. Now, Frul does get the crit damage passive. So it's just going to be up to each individual person whether they think the crit damage passive is going to blow them way over, or if it's going to be compared to Chenny's attack percent damage, which is only when she's at full HP. So Chenny, it's more of a turn 1 battle. Turn 1 battles are pretty big. I got a call from work. I'm going to have to take this. I'll pause this for 2 seconds. My tablet wants to agree with me. And we're back. Oh, man. Frick. We're always interfering with my video games. Don't you guys hate it when, like, you have to have a job? Oh, man. Wish I could just sit here all day in front of my tablet, just being better than all the other players. Oh, it'd be so much better. So much better. Alright. Okay, what the hell was I talking about? Alright, here's with big changes. Yeah, Frul just got a nice buff with the armor ignore. Because he had no armor ignore in the past, this is just going to make him more solid as a killer. I think he was just fine with his crit damage before. If you didn't know, just based off of stats alone, Jenny actually could not outdamage Frul. Frul had a higher output by so much more that Jenny literally had 0 situations where she could outdamage Frul, which made Frul much more practical for PvP. However, with the addition of Klein's new set, now Jenny has a 6,000 attack advantage over Frul. Frul's base attack, let's go check this out over here, is in the 7,000, 7,200. And Jenny's is under 6. So I think she's a 5,900 or 5,800 attack. Now Jenny has slightly more HP. I think they both suck for defense. It doesn't really matter because attack type, like your characters that you're building for attack generally just get killed very easy. Jenny is unique in the sense that she's the only area type hero in the game that I could think of that's got like such kind of crappy stats. Like every other area hero in the game seems, well, you know what, we're gonna exclude Alfred here because he's got like a special place for beginning heroes to suck that he can go sucking. But like for other heroes that you get later on, Jenny has like got the worst stats. One of the lowest possible masteries in the game for base mastery. She's got mediocre defense. Like you'll see a lot of area attack heroes with like 2,000 defense, base defense, like huge amounts of base defense. Her attack is, I'm going to say that there's probably another hero that's area attack type that has maybe the same or lower attack than Jenny, maybe, but most characters are higher. What's Deb's? Let's compare it to Deb. Oh my god. What is with this lag? Alright, no, that's 1,000 attack difference. So, again, like, whatever. People all know that Deb is a good, solid hero, but she's definitely not the greatest hero in the game. She's good, but a lot of things that make her good are things that Jenny doesn't have. Jenny has skills, like Jenny's third skill just can't be spammed. Like, you're not gonna. Like, I need the set to be able to do it twice. I know there's some people who probably have 400 mana Jennies, but how are you gonna get 400 mana and then have all crit rate potentials? That doesn't work. So do you want to have enough mana to spam your thing and hope for the best, or do you want to have like a higher crit rate? I'm only at 48% crit rate because I've got all these shitty things with maces and swords. But if I rebuild her, obviously I'm going to change that. Definitely getting rid of this set. It's coming off. But Jenny kind of has a lot of sufferings that just really suck. And it's all because the only thing she really has is this skill. She's got this big, huge ass area coverage skill. It's the best area coverage skill in the game. Actually, I take that back. It's now the second best area coverage skill in the game. The best skill coverage area wise in the game is now Yekaterina's skill, which covers 18 squares. Though this might be more practical, depending. Well, again, if it's depending, I guess it's not. But there's going to be times where this is better, times where the other one's better. But with repeated fires for this makes Jenny much more practical for PvP and PvE. You're going to need a lot of mana on her, is the only problem. So you get 2 shots with Jenny, and that's it. That's basically her problem. She's 2 shots, and that's it. You need to have another paper hero. Roll does the same or more damage with 0 stipulations at all. They're both going to be characters that get killed in one hit because they're just not tanky. Ferrol does have 1 more movement. He also has 4 range on his skill. Now, Jenny's skill has a unique range where it's only 3 forward, but it's 6 if you go diagonal. Because you go up, over, up, over, up, over. Generally, skills have a range box that's like this, where it's 3 in all directions. So no matter how you would count it, it's 3 spaces. So it makes a field around you. Whereas she has this amazingly huge hitbox that's between 3 and 6, which gives her perfect 3 radius around her. It's up to 6 range on diagonals, 3 range forward. Now, what's cool about that is if you have a 4 movement hero, Jenny can kite them. Unfortunately, Jenny's only got 3 movement, so she actually can only get 2 shots off for the 1. The next turn, the thing would catch up with her with a difference. So, different ways to take care of it. Obviously, movement items, but everybody can be using those, so I don't like to use those in comparisons. But anyway, not saying Jenny's bad, just saying she's not that amazing. Though, again, with the addition of the Klein set, she got a massively huge buff. Moss got a huge buff because he now looks badass in his costume, which was very available with chocolate. Other than that, I don't think they actually changed anything about Moss. I'm pretty sure he's just the same. Yeah, but the costume is OP. Alright, who else got some changes? Oh, Lena and Jack got the hugest nerfs in the world because tower bosses are getting percentage HP damage immunity. That sucks. That really, really sucks. Lena not as bad as Jack because there's a sweet spot where you could immobilize with Lena right now on the dragon. And I believe you have to be sitting on the angle. So, oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, alright. So it's got to be in the diagonal. If you hit the dragon on the diagonal, she sweet spots him, and she will not she will not be hit. And the boss, when it's under confusion and things like that, he cannot for some reason act and do good skills. So you want to. It's going to be part of the way to fight the dragon. Throw debuffs and stuff on him. Confusion and mobilize specifically seem to be the go-tos right now. Okay, who else got some buffs? Jin is currently broken. She's not. There's a bug. Apparently, they're not giving her what she's supposed to. Soraka got some huge buffs. Instantly restore 85% HP with each kill and increase attack by 24% for 2 turns. Badass. That's an awesome passive. He's really strong now. His 3rd skill doesn't look like it changed at all. 2nd skill, I really wish they would remove the HP lower thing. I'm pretty sure they just changed his passive. Yeah. If they could up his 1st skill to a 75% like Bearman and take away the HP restriction on his 2nd skill,
I'd say Soraka is probably one of the best melee characters in the game now, PvE wise. PvP, not so much. Um, he's just too squishy to be practical for PvP, and he doesn't do. If you're going to have like a 5 movement melee destroyer, then Dominique's already got that role. Soraka's not going to help you. So Soraka's still not good, but he's not terrible. Who else got some changes? Sonic Boom. Sonic Boom. Now, I'm going to say this one time and one time only. If anybody. Wait a minute. I thought they were supposed to change this skill to ignore armor instead of do instant death. Passive is OP. This one does the movement. I don't know why it says level 10 or above. Um, I guess he needs a new hitbox for this skill to make it awesome, but this is still pretty. But his passive is pretty great because he's got five movement. But if he can use the 5 movement, which that's the big downside to him, can he use the 5 movement? Um, if he can use the 5 movement, he'll get extra critical damage and extra crit rate. It goes up by 0.25% per level. So another 9 will be 4, 8, 3, 3.5%, I guess. Something like that. 3.25%. Am I doing this right? Yeah. All right. So 3.25%. 50 critical. What is it? 900 something? 50? No. I know they had the numbers posted somewhere. But then you walk 5 spaces, and he gets the maximum benefit of all that. That's good. He's strong. If you can't get Chenny, get Sonic Boom. He is not as good as Chenny. Sadly, he is not as good as Chenny. But he is going to be a better crit, easier to get crit with character because of his movement skill. He also has 5 movement, and his mana cost, well, actually, his mana cost seems high. 110 for level 1? He might not be that great still. I don't know. I'm personally not going to raise him. I've had him at 3-star, level 50 for so long that I just do not believe that he has gotten good. So I'm not going to be using Sonic Boom. But he's probably definitely tier 2 material, which is good for a starting out character. Alright, Lance and Ian both got huge skills. They're great skill buffs. Ian, we'll take a look at him first. Is Ian playable? No, he's still not playable. He's kind of a shitty character. They didn't change his passive, which is stupid. They should just give him that dodge to his base stats. That's what they should do, and then they should just make his passive do something useful. Now this is a great skill. The weakening. One second. Early on in the game, like all the bosses have defense reduction ignore. But this will be the first weakening you can get early on. Unfortunately, it appears that the only thing that lasts for 2 turns is a defense debuff. Is the weakening a 1-turn buff? If it's a 1-turn buff, that means that by the time that the boss gets a chance to have his turn, it turns off. So any character that goes before Ian would not benefit from his weakening, which would suck. I was thinking he would be a lot stronger because he would get the weakening first, but that kind of sucks. Still a solid skill. This is a strong skill. And it's nice to have 4 range. He still needs some reworking, but he's on the right track. Ian's almost playable. Well, he is playable. He's just not as amazing as a lot of the other characters. Lance got some of the most notable buffs in the game. He is the only character in the game with taunt. Taunt. Oh, it's so badass. So good. Look at how good it is. Um, Even though the hitbox is confusing, this is a great skill. Um, that's 100%, right? Yep, 9 more levels would be 100%. 100% chance to taunt. If he didn't move, or what is it? Okay, yeah, so Lance, PvP tank. No. Okay, why is Lance not a PvP tank? One, he's going to lead with his third skill all the time, which is the shitty part. That's probably the worst part. His passive is going to make you have swamp character synergies, so it's limiting your party. He's never going to use this skill properly as an AI. And as a player, I would still rather have Bearman. I would rather, like, I know what people have stun immunity and things like that, and I find that this skill is cool, but at the same time, no, not really. I don't think that it can. I don't think there's any boss in the game that you can really screw over with this. Maybe Azrael would get screwed over a little bit by this, but do you really need Lance for Azrael? Also, is it worth raising this character just for that? Bearman is still the best real tank in the game. He's got the best aggro. He's got the highest defense, highest HP. Sorry, you know what? Lance actually has higher defense with his skills, I believe. 1900 defense for this skill. Okay, maybe not. This skill, alright, so Lance would have higher defense with his third than Bearman will have with his third. But no aggro, again. Big problem for chains. Okay, let's talk about Henry and Lilith. Wherever the hell Lilith is.